The next level on the food pyramid is feeding animals. You may be fortunate enough to have a neighbor with chickens and you can just throw your scraps over the fence. There may be pigs, friends that have a farm with pigs. This is an area that I think deserves and will hopefully have more attention to organize how can we get food to the animals. It's an area that I think is still yet to be developed more effectively. The next aspect is compost. Now there's 3 aspects of compost that we want to look at. Backyard compost, vermicomposting, or sometimes called vermiculture, composting with worms, and community compost. So for our backyard compost, this is really just a huge subject in itself that I'm not going to even begin to try and explain how to compost, but again, I will refer you to our website, southernoregonfoodsolutions.org/compost, and you can get links there. There's many organizations who have done a great job explaining how to do good composting. So whether you're doing just a simple backyard wood bin, or whether you buy a more sort of polished composting unit, it is definitely, there's options for you. Now, if you don't have a backyard, you may want to consider vermiculture. Oh, before I go on to that, I do want to mention, here I have an image of a composting bucket. I really recommend, certainly you can use just any plastic container like you see it on this also. There's just a yogurt container. That's just what we use for eggshells because we like the calcium for our garden for particular uses. But in general, these metal containers with lids, they don't stink. You know where it goes. It's always there. It'll last you a lifetime. I also want to mention on to the side of the bin is a plastic bag tree. And this is something else I really recommend every household to have. I know we want to use as few plastic bags as possible, but that's what this tree has done for me. I used to clean bags and kind of stick them up on a cabinet to let them drain out. It was disgusting. Of course people don't want to use plastic bags, but this little tree, this simple little item made all the difference when you can open up your bags and put it over the little sticks and air it out inside. I literally have plastic bags I've used for years and years and years. They are a precious resource that we can value and use appropriately and not overuse. So if you're thinking of a wedding present for someone, I recommend a composting bucket and a little plastic bag drying tree. Possibilities. Now we'll go on to our vermiculture and community compost. So for community compost, this is a local organization. It's actually a local business that goes around and collects compost door to door. It's a wonderful service they provide, and then they take it, I'm not sure if it's to a farm or to be composted, but they then take it to an appropriate place. This is something we wish we would have city, valley-wide, so that it would really make it easier for people to be able to make sure their compost gets used, especially if they are not inclined to do it on their own. So this is a wonderful organization, Community Compost, and you'll see a video of them in a minute. And the other is a little video on vermiculture, vermicomposting. You may not have a yard to do a compost pile, but you may have a garage. This is something you can have a worm bin in your garage. I even know people who have had them under their sink. So I want you to at least know this as a possibility, and again, you can learn more about this at our website. So here's some videos on community compost and vermiculture.
You see it here? See them? Here. There's some worms. So, and here you can see that I've covered it. What I did here, though, this is some light cardboard that I wanted to recycle off of my furnace filter. So I put it in here to see what would happen. But you can see how happy the worms are. Yeah, these are red wigglers. Red wigglers are what you use. So once I get the worm juice, I put it in here and then I dilute it. And then I let it sit for a while. And then I just go walk around and water whatever I want to water.
So in closing, I just want to emphasize food is not trash. It is a precious resource that deserves to be used for its highest purpose. And it's our responsibility, each of us, to make sure that the food that we've taken on gets to the appropriate use that it was intended for. If you are wanting more information, as I mentioned, we have this brochure on our website that really summarizes a lot of what I've talked about today. So if you're more of a print person, you may want to go there and just print that out. It's on the ACT page. The final slide here shows you our contact information, southernoregonfoodsolutions.org, and our email and phone number. We do hope that you'll be in touch with us or any of these other wonderful organizations that are doing so much great work to help reduce food waste in our valley and make sure that people get fed. Thank you so much.